Welcome to Grand Prairie Update. I'm Terry Briggs.
And I'm Don Johnson. Here's what's happening in your city.
They came to chase the Chiefs or to run or stroll with the mayor on a bright Saturday morning in downtown Grand Prairie. The two events have become an April staple in the city and revolve around the grand reopening for another season at its farmers market. Opening day also featured two stages with live entertainment and, of course, the opportunity to see the latest offerings from dozens of vendors inside and out. Now open for business every Saturday through the end of the year, the Grand Prairie Farmers Market has been recognized as the best in Texas.
We made a big push to make this a community market, and we really want to have people come out every week, and they get to hang out with their neighbors, they get to see people that they've known for a long time, meet some new folks, and find some really cool things that they can't live without. But really, it's a neighborhood city park. It gives them a perfect opportunity to come spend their Saturday morning and really find some cool things to do and hang out.
For a full schedule of events for the 2017 season or more information, go to gptx.org/farmersmarket.
Mosquito season will soon be here, and so will the threat of West Nile and Zika virus. Last year, Grand Prairie had 4 human cases of West Nile, along with 58 mosquito samples that tested positive for that disease. There were 3 travel-related cases of Zika virus and 1 case of CHIKV. City officials expect West Nile will continue to be the biggest problem in 2017.
Our focus still remains on West Nile because we know that West Nile is here in the mosquito population like it has been for numerous years, and it remains our #1 risk as far as transmission to humans and causing disease.
To be ready, the city is adding personnel and equipment to its Fight the Bite plan. That plan includes collecting mosquito samples for testing, using insecticide on sites of standing water, and spraying insecticide in an area where there is a positive sample or a human infection. Residents can also do their part to fight the bite by following these tips. Get rid of standing water around your home. Use mosquito spray with DEET when you're outdoors, day or night. Wear long sleeves and pants when possible when you're outdoors. And avoid being outside at dusk or dawn when mosquitoes are most active.
The primary message we need to get out is for citizens to take responsibility for their yards and to survey their yards, especially after the rains that we've just had, to make sure that things like pots and dog bowls and bird baths and things like that are not holding water.
To get more information and to stay up to date during mosquito season, visit gptx.org/fightthebite.
2, 3.
The ceremonial planting of a tree at Lloyd Park highlighted an effort to give back to the Grand Prairie environment and to the people who live here. City Council members were joined by representatives from the Metro Tex Association of Realtors and the Texas Trees Foundation for the event that is part of Metro Tex's 100th anniversary celebration.
And whereas Metro Tex.
And to commemorate that, the organization that helps people find homes across North Texas donated 100 trees and encouraged everyone in attendance to take them home to plant.
They are different. This is an oak, red oak.
In addition, they gave the city 20 new trees that have already been planted around the park to help replace some of those lost during the extreme flooding that occurred there in the spring of 2015.
The 20 trees have been strategically located so that they can shade the playground. They're around some of our campsites, and they had to be at least 3 inches in diameter so that they'll stand up to the environment that we have out here.
They're small now, but with time they're going to be incredible trees that will give shade for the community out here and for the kids to play on the playground. Really excited about being a part with Grand Prairie to do this and give back.
Metro Tex has donated trees in several other North Texas communities and will be hosting one more tree planting event. For more information, you can visit mymetrotex.com or dfwrealestate.com.
The Grand Prairie City election on May 6th will include 3 city council seats and a referendum on a sales tax for streets. District 1 incumbent Georgia Clemson is running unopposed for another 3-year term. In District 3, incumbent Lila Thorne is seeking another 3-year term against Mike Delbosky. And in District 7, there is a 4-way race between incumbent Jeff Copeland, Kevin C. Toth, Aurelio Castillo, and Wayne Ellis. Voters will also be asked if they want to reauthorize a quarter-cent sales tax that is being used for street repairs and maintenance. Early voting is available from April 24th through May 2nd. On Election Day, the polls are open from 7 a.m. until 7 p.m. For more information, contact the City Secretary's office.
Oh, are you scared? It's all right.
This is a first for Grand Prairie's Prairie Paws Adoption Center.
What are you doing?
5 dogs who on this morning find themselves on their way to jail. That's right, jail. But in this case, that makes them 5 lucky dogs.
We try to pick dogs that typically get overlooked in the shelter. We pick some that have been here for a little while longer. They need a little bit extra training. We're hoping it'll make them more adoptable and that we'll be able to find them a home through this.
This is a brand new program called Homes for Hounds, a cooperative effort between the city and Dallas County that will allow for the dogs from Prairie Paws to spend 5 weeks at the Dallas County Jail, where they will get plenty of love and attention and training from pre-selected low-risk inmates.
We had reached out to several cities within Dallas County, and City of Grand Prairie was the first one to respond. City of Grand Prairie said, hey, we are on board with this. We need help. We want to save more dogs.
Is Mrs. Dallas from Dallas? Actually, Grand Prairie. Grand Prairie?
Yep, that's where they came from. The first of its kind program for Grand Prairie and North Texas was initiated by Dallas County Sheriff Lupe Valdez.
She is a big animal supporter. She loves dogs, has a couple dogs herself, and she heard about a program at a jail where they took dogs from a local animal shelter and had the inmates work with them, and the whole purpose was these were dogs that hadn't been adopted yet and they had maybe some social issues, so the whole purpose was for the dogs and the inmates to work together, and the inmates would learn empathy, and then the dogs would be obviously ready to be more social and be able to be adopted by the general public. So it was just kind of a win-win.
The win for the dogs will hopefully come after their 5 weeks of basic training.
We want these animals adopted. We don't want them put down. Our goal is to get them to a loving home. We're hoping that by getting them trained, doing basic obedience, how to be socialized, that will increase their chances of getting adopted.
While for 10 inmates, not only do they get to spend time indoors and out with their new students, but they are getting some very valuable training too, from animal care professionals.
So remember on Friday we talked a little bit about social signals?
It's a skill set. I mean, it is a skill to be able to train a dog. That is a skill. It's a vocational trade.
We're always looking for new programs and ways for our inmates to have services that will help them when they get out. Any type of experiences was going to help them when they try to apply for jobs.
To learn more about Homes for Hounds, go to gptx.org/paws or call 972-237-8575.
Any interest from bank account? No, we don't. No. You don't have do you have a bank account?
Hard to believe, but it's tax season again. In Grand Prairie, the AARP is offering a free service to help elderly and low-income residents fill out and file their tax forms. The tax service is available Monday and Wednesday from 11 a.m. until 3 p.m. through April 17th at the Veterans Event Center. If you decide to use the service, be sure to bring last year's tax return, your 1099 forms, and W-2 statements. Officials say the professional preparers follow strict rules to protect that information.
Every counselor and greeter to the program has to take what they call a standards of conduct test. That explains that we're supposed to protect the taxpayers' Social Security information, any information they have on W-2s or 1099 forms for their tax return. We do not discuss this with anybody else. The software we're using this year goes up to the cloud like last year. Nothing is in our computers. We do not keep any paperwork on any documents that they bring to us.
The organization says Grand Prairie is one of the busiest locations for the tax service.
That's it for this edition of Grand Prairie Update.
Hope you can join us next time.